Have you ever wondered what it would be like to give a break on sugar for 30 days? What seems like a simple decision can actually trigger surprising changes in your body and mind. Get ready to discover how such a radical attitude can free you from an addictive cycle and transform your health in ways you never imagined. Today, we're going to dive deep into the powerful and even shocking impacts of abandoning sugar. Sugar is everywhere. He is like that guest who appears uncalled, infiltrating the most unexpected parts of our diet. You find it in bubbly sodas, bakery cakes, and even salad dressings, which many believe to be a healthy choice. But this ubiquity is not by chance. Sugar has a unique ability to deceive our taste, manipulate our brain, and make us want more. It is no exaggeration to say that it is one of the most addictive substances in modern food, and its action on the human body goes far beyond a simple sweet taste. Consuming sugar is like pressing a magic button in the brain. As soon as it enters the bloodstream, it activates areas responsible for pleasure, such as the reward system in the brain. This activation releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter of well-being, the same that is stimulated by drugs such as nicotine, alcohol, and even cocaine. The sensation of pleasure is so intense that we want to repeat the experience, creating a cycle of desire and reward. However, unlike natural foods that also release dopamine such as fruits, refined sugar causes a much more exaggerated response. It does not come with any fiber, vitamins, or nutrients that modulate its absorption. This makes the impact on the brain more abrupt and unbalanced, leading to what many experts call food dependence. While the brain is fooled by sugar, the rest of the body suffers silently the consequences. Refined sugar, especially when consumed in excess, overloads the liver, an organ responsible for metabolizing fructose, one of the main components of table sugar. When we eat large amounts of sugar, the liver converts the excess into fat. This can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition associated with serious metabolic problems. But the damage does not stop there. Excessive sugar consumption also promotes chronic inflammation, a silent process that is at the root of diseases such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even cancer. Sugar increases insulin levels, a hormone that regulates blood sugar. When consumed constantly, the body can become insulin resistant, triggering an increase in blood glucose levels and eventually diabetes. Sugar is one of the biggest contributors to the obesity epidemic worldwide. This is because it is a source of empty calories, provides energy without offering any nutritional benefits. In addition, it deceives the natural mechanisms of satiety of the body. When you consume sugar, especially in liquid form like in soft drinks, your brain does not perceive these calories the same way you would a solid food. Result: you are still hungry and consume more than you should. Obesity, in turn, is directly linked to chronic inflammation. Excess body fat, especially around the organs, releases inflammatory substances that affect the normal functioning of the body. And sugar plays a crucial role in this cycle, feeding inflammation and making weight loss even more difficult. One of the biggest pitfalls of sugar is that it's hidden in foods you can't even imagine. A simple salad dressing can contain more sugar than a chocolate bar. A single 350 milliliter soda may have up to 10 teaspoons of sugar, more than the daily amount recommended by the World Health Organization, which suggests limiting free sugar consumption to less than 10% of the daily calories, or about 25 grams for an average adult. This ubiquitous presence creates a challenge: how to avoid it? Many of us grew up associating sugar with comfort and celebration. It is in birthday cakes, rainy afternoon cookies, and even childhood memories. However, recognizing the dangers of overeating is the first step to a healthier relationship with this ingredient. Eliminating or reducing sugar from your diet is not easy, but it's possible. First step is to identify where it is hidden. Read labels and be aware of terms like corn syrup, maltose, dextrose, and sucrose, which are variations of sugar. Place processed foods with more natural options and integrate more fresh fruits into your diet. They contain sugar, but come packed with fiber and nutrients that balance their absorption. Also, when reducing sugar, it is common to experience withdrawal symptoms such as irritability and tiredness. This is because the brain needs to readjust to lower levels of dopamine. However, over time, the taste buds adapt and less sweet foods become more satisfying. Sugar, although so common, is one of the greatest enemies of modern health. It not only addicts but also overloads the liver, promotes inflammation, and is at the center of serious diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. Learning to recognize and control it is an act of self-care and a step toward a healthier life. Through all, the true sweetness is in a balanced body and a mind free of control from this masked villain. The first few days without sugar are a real test of endurance for the body and mind. If you're used to consuming sugar regularly, whether in soft drinks, sweets, or even processed foods that seem harmless, eliminating this ingredient can trigger a number of uncomfortable reactions at first. But that doesn't mean something is wrong with you. On the contrary, it's the body reacting to the absence of a substance to which it has become accustomed. These initial symptoms are known as sugar withdrawal, and addressing them is the first step to a profound transformation in your health. When you stop consuming sugar, the body, which is accustomed to receiving frequent doses of this fast source of energy, enters a state of shock. This is because sugar quickly raises blood glucose levels, providing an instant burst of energy. When you cut off this source, the body needs to readjust, and this adaptation can be uncomfortable in the first few days. Among the most common symptoms are headaches, which arise due to the abrupt reduction in blood glucose levels and the impact on the nervous system. Extreme tiredness is another effect, as the body is still learning to draw energy from more stable sources such as fats and proteins rather than sugar. Irritability is also common, as the absence of sugar can temporarily reduce levels of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and well-being. But don't give up. These symptoms are temporary and, in fact, they are a sign that the body is detoxifying and adjusting to a new reality. Sugar withdrawal is like a storm. It may seem intense while it's happening, but soon gives way to a clear and calm sky. After a few days, you will start to notice incredible improvements in both your physical and mental health. One of the first benefits that many people report is increased energy. When the body no longer depends on sugar, it learns to use stored fat as fuel, providing a more consistent and lasting source of energy throughout the day. This means that those energy cuts in the middle of the afternoon, so common in those who consume sugar, become a thing of the past. Also, your mind will become clearer. Excessive consumption of sugar is associated with cerebral fog, a feeling of mental slowness and difficulty concentrating. When you eliminate sugar, your ability to focus and productivity tends to improve. Another amazing benefit is improved sleep quality. Sugar, especially consumed at night, can interfere with natural sleep cycles, making it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep. Without it, you may find that waking up more rested and refreshed. Your taste will also start to change. After a few days without sugar, the taste buds become more sensitive, and you will notice that natural foods such as fruits taste much sweeter than before. This rediscovery of the natural flavor of food is one of the most rewarding experiences of cutting sugar. In addition, you will notice visible changes in the body. Reducing inflammation caused by excessive sugar consumption can improve the appearance of skin, reduce swelling, and even relieve joint pain. Not to mention the metabolic benefits such as stabilizing blood glucose levels, which are crucial for preventing diseases like type 2 diabetes. It is important to remember that this journey requires patience and self-compassion. First, it can be difficult to resist temptations, especially because sugar is present in so many everyday foods. To ease the transition, start by replacing sugar-rich foods with natural options. Exchange soft drinks for water with lemon, sweets for fresh or dried fruit without added sugar, and choose whole foods instead of processed. Remember to eat balanced meals, rich in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates, which help keep energy levels stable and prevent cravings for sugar. Another crucial point is to understand that change is a gradual process. Don't blame yourself if at some point you slip and consume something sweet. The important thing is to go back to the plan and remember why it started. The first few days without sugar can be challenging, but every little step you take is a victory toward a healthier life. As the days go by, withdrawal symptoms disappear and the benefits begin to shine, showing that all the effort has been worth it. Resist the initial temptation, stay focused, and experience the transformative impact of a life without refined sugar. The future of your body and mind will be lighter, more balanced, and healthier. When you eliminate sugar from your diet, something extraordinary begins to happen in your body. Accustomed to relying on simple carbohydrates and sugars for quick energy, he is forced to look for an alternative source of fuel, fat. This process is known as fat adaptation, and it is one of the most beneficial metabolic transformations for your health. Fat adaptation occurs when the body changes its main mechanism of obtaining energy, giving up glucose as a priority and burning fats as a primary source of fuel. This process brings a number of incredible advantages, from greater energy stability to hunger control and sustainable weight loss. When you consume sugar or refined carbohydrates, they are quickly broken down into glucose, which enters the bloodstream and provides immediate energy. However, this process has a major drawback. After the energy spike caused by glucose, there is a sharp drop in blood sugar levels. This oscillation leaves you feeling tired, uncontrollable hunger, and intense cravings for more sugar. It is a vicious cycle that overloads the body and keeps the body in a constant state of dependence on fast carbohydrates. When you cut off sugar, your body initially faces a period of adaptation. During the first few days, there may be a feeling of lethargy, tiredness, or even the famous low-carb flu, typical symptoms of those who are changing from a glucose-dependent metabolism to a fat-based one. These signals are temporary and indicate that the body is adjusting its metabolic pathways. As adaptation occurs, the liver begins to convert fats into molecules called ketone bodies, which are used as an efficient source of energy for the brain and the rest of the body. The great advantage of fat as an energy source is the stability it provides. Unlike glucose, which generates fluctuations in energy levels, fats are metabolized more slowly and steadily. This means you will experience sustained energy throughout the day, without those sudden drops that leave you exhausted and seeking quick snacks. Energy derived from fat is more efficient and lasting, especially for the brain, which works very well with ketone bodies. In addition, fat adaptation has a profound impact on hunger control. When the body burns fat efficiently, insulin levels stabilize and the spikes of uncontrolled hunger disappear. Fat is highly satiating, helping you feel full longer after meals. This reduces the need for frequent snacks and helps in appetite control, making it easier to maintain a balanced diet. Another incredible benefit of this process is the positive impact on body composition. When the body is adapted to burn fat, it not only uses the fats from the diet but also accesses the accumulated fat stores in the body. This is especially advantageous for those who seek to lose weight or reduce visceral fat, the one that accumulates around the organs and is associated with health risks such as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Fat adaptation also improves metabolic health. By eliminating sugar, you reduce the excessive production of insulin, the hormone responsible for storing fat. With lower and stable insulin levels, the body enters a more efficient metabolic state, which favors fat burning instead of storage. This also helps prevent and even reverse conditions such as insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. In addition to physical benefits, fat adaptation has significant impacts on mental health and cognitive performance. The brain is one of the greatest beneficiaries of energy from ketone bodies, which provide clean and stable fuel. Many people report improved mental clarity, focus, and even mood improvements after adapting to a fat-based diet. This is because ketone bodies reduce inflammation in the brain and stabilize neurotransmitters, promoting more efficient brain functioning. Transition to a fat-based metabolism does not mean you need to completely eliminate carbohydrates from your diet. The idea is to reduce refined sugars and simple carbohydrates, prioritizing healthier sources of complex carbohydrates such as vegetables, and fruits with low glycemic index. These foods provide essential fiber and nutrients without causing spikes in blood glucose. Adopting fat adaptation as part of your lifestyle requires patience and commitment, but the results are worth it. To ease the transition, it is important to include foods rich in healthy fats in your diet, such as avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. These foods provide quality energy and help the body adjust to the new fuel system. It is also crucial to stay hydrated and consume electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, and magnesium to minimize the initial symptoms of adaptation. By allowing your body to use fat as its main source of energy, you are promoting a profound metabolic change that can transform your long-term health. Fat adaptation not only eliminates the ups and downs of energy associated with sugar consumption, but also improves appetite control, promotes weight loss, stabilizes metabolism, and nourishes the brain more efficiently. It is a process of self-discovery and reconnection with what your body really needs to function at its best. When we decide to cut sugar from our diet, many questions arise, especially about the consumption of naturally sweet foods such as fruits and other popular substitutes such as honey or agave syrup. After all, if we are eliminating sugar, why include fruit and honey, which is so healthy and natural? The answer to these questions requires careful analysis of the types of sugars present in different foods and the impact they have on the body. Fruits have a special place in any healthy diet, even for those who are trying to reduce sugar consumption. This is because although fruits contain natural sugar such as fructose, they are also rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that bring countless health benefits. Fibers, for example, help slow down the absorption of blood sugar, which prevents rapid spikes in glucose and insulin. This combination of nutrients makes fruits a much more balanced choice compared to refined sugar. When we eat a fruit, the sugar in it is absorbed gradually, which is very different from the effect that refined sugar has on the body. Fruit consumption is also associated with benefits for the heart, weight control, improved digestion, and even protection against chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes. Fruits like apples, pears, strawberries, watermelon, and pineapple have a low glycemic index, which means your blood glucose levels do not increase as quickly. This is crucial for anyone trying to control blood sugar levels and avoid the insulin spikes that are common with refined sugar consumption. However, even with its benefits, it is important to remember that moderation is essential. Fruits like bananas, mangoes, and grapes, which are naturally sweeter, have more sugars, so the ideal is to consume these fruits with a little more caution if the goal is to reduce sugar drastically. Key is variety and balance. Include a range of fruits in your diet, but avoid overeating extremely sweet fruits, which can overload your system with more sugar than you think. Now, if the question involves sugar substitutes such as honey or agave syrup, the answer is more complex. Although often promoted as healthier alternatives to refined sugar, these substitutes are still rich in fructose and glucose, which when consumed in excess can have similar impacts on the body. Honey, for example, contains about 80% sugar, the majority of which is composed of fructose. Fructose is metabolized in the liver, and when consumed in large quantities, it can contribute to the accumulation of fat in the liver, increase triglyceride levels, and even cause insulin resistance. Agave syrup, which is also considered a healthier alternative, has a high fructose content, even more than honey. This type of sugar can deceive the body because although it has a lower glycemic index than refined sugar, it can still affect metabolism in a similar way, promoting insulin resistance and weight gain if consumed in large quantities. In addition, excessive consumption of fructose is linked to problems such as metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Although honey has some beneficial properties such as its antimicrobial and antioxidant effect, it should still be considered with caution, especially in a diet that seeks to cut sugar immediately and consistently. The same goes for agave syrup, which, despite being a vegan and natural option, is still a concentrated source of sugars that can negatively affect your health when consumed in excess. To achieve consistent results on a sugar-free diet, the most effective strategy is to cut off refined sugar and glucose-rich fructose substitutes such as honey and agave syrup immediately. Refined sugar, present in cakes, soft drinks, sweets, and processed foods, is quickly absorbed by the body, causing spikes of blood glucose and leading to a series of metabolic reactions that can result in weight gain, chronic inflammation, and diseases related to metabolism. By cutting off refined sugar, your body begins to adjust to a more stable and healthy energy source such as fats. In addition, your insulin sensitivity improves, which reduces the risk of diseases such as type 2 diabetes. When you eliminate refined sugar and opt for more natural alternatives such as fruits, you still maintain the essential nutrients that the body needs without the negative impacts of refined sugar. Therefore, it is not a rigid ban on fruits or other natural foods, but rather an adjustment in the choice of when and how to consume them. Key to adaptation is moderation and planning. By making this transition, you can feel the immediate benefits of reducing sugar, such as more stable energy, less cravings for sweets, and even improved skin health and weight control. A diet based on natural foods without the excesses of sugars and artificial substitutes promotes a healthier metabolism and a more balanced life. In short, cutting sugar out of your diet can be a big challenge at first, but it's one of the best decisions you can make for your health. Fruits should be consumed in moderation as they provide fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, being an excellent source of essential nutrients. Honey and agave syrup, although natural, should be avoided as they are still rich in glucose and fructose, which can negatively affect the metabolism. For long-lasting and consistent results, the recommendation is to immediately eliminate refined sugars and products containing large amounts of concentrated sugars. The way to a healthier and more balanced diet is moderation and the conscious choice of foods you put on your plate. Now that you know what happens if you stop consuming sugar for 30 days, how about starting today? Share this video with friends who also need this incentive and tell us here in the comments, do you think you can stay 30 days without sugar? Let's go together on this journey for health.